Hallo zusammen, mein Name ist Abatog und heute spielen wir das beste Spiel der Welt, SC2 Visual Novel. Hooray! Mir ist aufgefallen, dass ich das Coolste an dem Spiel noch gar nicht erzählt habe. Und zwar ist das kostenlos. Das Spiel ist ein Fanprojekt, ursprünglich über Kickstarter finanziert und von Blizzard geduldet. Und ist komplett kostenlos. Ich packe den Link zum Spiel selber in die Beschreibung der Videos. Ihr könnt das auf Steam spielen, ihr könnt es direkt von der Seite runterladen und ihr könnt eine Menge Spaß damit haben. So, nachdem das geklärt ist, steigen wir doch direkt ein. Beim letzten Mal haben wir gesehen, wie unser Protagonist, Mach, seine Heimat verlassen hat, um nach Japan zu gehen und dort E-Sportler zu werden. Oder tiefer im E-Sport einzusteigen, in StarCraft besser zu werden. Er hat jetzt schon ein paar Bekannte getroffen. Oder ein paar Freunde gemacht. Ein paar Freunde gemacht, glaube ich, sagt man. Freunde gefunden. Okay, er hat ein paar Freunde gefunden. Unter anderem, ich glaube, Jet hieß sie. Eine sehr streitlustige junge Dame, die ein wenig vom StarCraft-Spieler Idra inspiriert wurde. Und den anderen habe ich vergessen. Irgendeinen sehr freundlichen Terraner, glaube ich auch. Gucken wir mal. Ich bin mir nicht mehr ganz sicher, wo wir dran waren. Wir schauen einfach mal und laden unseren letzten Spielstand. Genau, richtig. Ja, den Husten bitte ich zu entschuldigen. Da müsst ihr jetzt durch. Das hier war unser Trainingsmatch, das wir angefangen haben gegen Jet. Und ich würde sagen, wir gucken mal, ob ich noch halbwegs meine Stimme noch halbwegs verstellen kann. Und schauen mal, wohin uns das Ganze führt. Okay. So, und ich habe gemerkt, beim letzten Mal ist das Mikro ein bisschen übersteuert. Ich habe noch mal ein bisschen dran rumgespielt. Ich hoffe, das wird jetzt besser. Ansonsten muss ich im Schlussfall auf das Verstellen verzichten. Mal gucken. Game after game is a beatdown. I can't track her defense when I attack, and I'm barely holding on when she goes on offense. She's just as unforgiving in point out my mistakes as she is in game. Your wall at the ramp to your net. Oh, genau, das war Jet. Das war Jet, okay. Your wall at the ramp to your natural is trash. How the hell do you get away with this? You think you are asking to get busted? It's not something I really think about that much. I just throw it up, you know. Fix it or be punished. Ich versuche übrigens, auch wenn mir es nicht sehr gut gelingt, bei Jet so eine, ja, mich ein bisschen an Hermine aus den ersten Harry Potter Filmen zu orientieren, wo sie so richtig schön hochnäsig klingt. Das finde ich ist sehr passend. So stelle ich mir die Stimme von Jet vor. Fix it or be punished. That probably isn't an idle threat. Jet is the type of player capable of ending the game instantly if she can capitalize on the right kind of mistake. Her style has been characterized as both passive and reactive. She takes her time and watches her opponents, patient for the right moment to strike. She only takes a risk if it's calculated and her favor. It's calculated in her favor. Given her former success, the style has suited her well, though I can't help but wonder why she hasn't lately been performing at her previous level. Maybe she's lost her killer instinct? Guess not. A reminder of the skill difference between us rushes up the ramp to my natural expansion and crushes my wall as promised. In the aftermath of the destruction, she swarms my base and sees an easy win. Jet revels in her victory with her predatory smile. Record. Before we get into the next game, I catch sight of a familiar face coming into the cafe. Hey, den kennen wir doch. Isn't that the same guy from last night? Hey, Jet, do you know who that is? I thump in the stranger's direction as he passes by us, his attention occupied by a cell phone screen. Jet trades a look after him, wrinkles her nose, and shrugs. He's a key KPGA player. Protoss, what about him? Come on, get into the game already. Seriously? He was at all-out attack yesterday. What's he doing outside of his team house with two... What is he doing outside of his team house 2 days in a row? They're only figuratively chained to the desk. Not all of them are shut-ins. Stop wasting time. Let's go. I double take away from Jet to find the player in question seated a few rows in front of us. And he's got the StarCraft 2 client open. Why would a KPGA player spend his practice time on anything but Wood War? Wir erinnern uns vom letzten Mal. Das Spiel spielt vor ein paar Jahren, sodass der Großteil der koreanischen Wood War Profis immer noch StarCraft 1 spielt und noch nicht nach StarCraft 2 gewechselt ist. Should I ask him for a game? I think I'm going to ask him for a game. What? No, hold on, wait, you can't just... But before she can stop me, I rise and shuffle my way past the rows of computers. Jet shoots me a withering glare over the top of her station before ducking back down. Even though I've barely interacted with the guy, I can't help but feel a little anxious as I edge closer to his PC. Sure, he was a bit rude when we spoke, but the chance to challenge a KPGA pro is too good to pass up, especially if I'm trying to step up my game. He's about to jump into a match when I clear my throat right behind him. He subtly alt-tabs and then turns to regard me through half-lidded eyes. What? Excuse me, would you mind a practice game? No, I'm just here to... He pauses. Recognition flits across his face. You're the guy from All Out Attack yesterday, aren't you? I nod sheepishly. His only reaction is to stare on. For a moment, he looks ready to dismiss me and get to laddering. But at the last second, he nods. Alright, one game. Ich bin mir nicht mehr sicher, wie ich seine Stimme hatte, deswegen wechsle ich ein bisschen. Aber ich glaube, wir bleiben bei der. Alright, one game. With a final nod, I return to my station. A moment later, he and I share a game lobby and are just about ready to begin. He is playing a barcode account. Typical. How have I still not managed to catch this guy's name? A sharp tap against my headphones announces Jet's return and displeasure. You're obnoxious. You're obnoxious. If you lose and embarrass me by association, I'm going to pretend I don't know you. Anything else Jet has to say is drowned out along with the sound of golden zone fire when I pull the ear pad back on. If the idea behind practicing against a good player is to improve, I should probably play standard. Okay. Name unknown. Strength unknown. Maybe he is a Protoss. Everything else is unknown. Still, the temptation to an all-in is always there. How sick would it be to grab a quick win on a KPGA Player? Eines Tages werde ich das auch flüssig aussprechen können. Vielleicht, hoffentlich. Okay, was spielen wir? Early Attack, Standard Game. Ich glaube, wir spielen nochmal ein Standard Game. Das Rushen heben wir uns für unsere ersten Turniere auf, dann schießen wir alle tot. Play out the Standard Game. It's probably best that I follow Jet's advice. I opt for a standard macro-management game. This guy build permitting. Okay. Ich glaube, das bedeutet, dem anderen zu erlauben, was immer er halt spielen will. Wenn man ihn nämlich früher unter Druck setzt, kann man dem Gegner natürlich das Spiel ein bisschen aufdiktieren. Und dem Gegner den eigenen Takt halt aufzwingen. I take my natural expansion and begin tech up. The match progresses quietly, with only a few brief skirmishes with the stalkers and my marines. My scans show that he is not doing anything out of the ordinary. One of us has to make a move sooner or later. I start constructing my starport and researching my bio upgrades. I'm surprised to find that they finish without any pressure coming from the Protoss army. Der hat bestimmt irgendwo ein verstecktes Stargate und baut jetzt eine riesige Flugarmada auf. Oder er hätte sein Skill bewusst versteckt. Aber warum hätte er dann dem Spiel überhaupt zustimmen sollen? Fragen über Fragen. Aber die Musik ist gut. Mal wieder. Finde ich gut. This could be a good time to go for some drop play, and I try to snipe some of his critical tech buildings. If I were to play an aggressive drop style, I need to be confident in my control and in the fact that I can outplay him. On the other hand, this game has been exceptionally quiet. If I could get up another expansion, I'll have a serious economic advantage going into the late game. Okay. Wir machen mal ein bisschen Stress, würde ich sagen. Wir greifen mal ein bisschen an, gucken mal, was passiert. Was waren die Optionen? Ah, doch, kann ich hier auch sehen. Okay, schauen wir doch nochmal schnell, was seine Strategieeinschätzung war. If I were to play an aggressive drop style, I need to be confident in my control, so that I couldn't employ him. Okay. So other hand, this game has been so quiet. If I could get up another expansion, I have a serious economic advantage going into the late game. Ach komm, wir spielen mal passiv. Das gefällt mir ganz gut. Da. Aggressive with Dropships. Let's go! Habe ich das falsch ausgewählt? Ich glaube ja. Egal. Dropship play is a defining characteristic of a top Terran player. If I win with this, It's a good indication that I can stand toe-to-toe with the best players in Korea. Unwahrscheinlich. It's time to put my practice to work and gather enough units for an attack at my starport as the first dropship finishes. Vorlesen ist übrigens anstrengender, als man glaubt. Oder vorlesen geht, aber man dabei ständig die Stimme verstellen muss. Das nächste Mal, wenn ich was Vergleichbares mache, wo ich viel vorlesen muss, gebe ich dem Narrator meine Stimme. Weniger anstrengend. It's imperative he doesn't see me. It's imperative he doesn't see me move out. So I make sure the watchtowers are clear and avoid places where Protoss players commonly leave their observers. When my dropships are in the clear, I fly straight into his base. He is unprepared for the attack and I unload all my units. Rush to snipe some important tech buildings. Pew, pew, pew. Ah, Immortal, Stalker, da sind Marines relativ gut gegen. Auch wenn da ein Zealot dran ist. With the damage to his infrastructure done, my units retreat for the safety of my dropship. That sent him back a ton. Ach ne, that set him back a ton. Das hat ihn stark ausgebremst. Ah. The game is going incredibly well, so I decide to pull back on my aggression and build up an army for a final push. Das ist bestimmt eine Falle, ich traue dem Braten nicht. He has been too busy defending to get a decent standing army, and when I roll in with my amassed units, he knights back, bobbing and waving away from my forces while delivering potshots. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was Potshots sind. Wahrscheinlich heißt das, dass der Gegner Schaden bekommt, ohne sich zu wehren. Macht eigentlich nur Sinn, aber ich kenne den Ausdruck so nicht. I give chase to the taste of victory, tantalizing close. I manage to corner his army, leaving him with nowhere to run. But just as I move in to deliver the final blow... Carrier? Archons, auch nice. Nee, gar nicht wahr, das ist einfach nur im Psystorms sind normale Templar, okay. He flanks me with half a dozen Templar, showering my army in high damage storms. I pull back frantically, but my army is left in tatters. I try my hardest to gather enough units to mount a second offense, but he continues to crush my attacks with only a handful of well-upgraded and well-macroized zealots, stalkers and archons. How the hell did this happen? My lead is gone! Frustrated, I box all of my workers. Frustrated, I box all of my workers and charge towards his base for a final attack. With my SCVs on the front line, I should have enough power to take a direct engagement. I rolled through his force base uncontested. Yes, he's giving up. He's giving up ground because he knows he can't face me. Emboldened, I drive up ramp, leading to his natural to end the game. Überraschend. And find myself face to face with an ambush. My front line evaporates before I can issue the command to retreat, and he crushes what remains of my army a few moments later. I can't believe it. I lost. I stare blankly at the screen for almost 10 seconds before I finally type GG and quit out of the match. I don't have long to sulk in defeat before the KPGA player makes his way over to me with a smirk. As promised, Jet is nowhere to be seen. Okay, das lief wie erwartet. An der Stelle machen wir einen Cut und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Tschö.